It's time for Sunday morning coffee and trains.
Dreaming of the city's wondrous rich and fine. A freight car raised its voice and cried, oh, give me loads, lots of loads with the singing rails below. Don't stand me still, let me ride with the pride of a railroad on the go. Don't stand me still, won't you couple me slow, let that engine leave me loaded or empty, won't you please, please speed me. I'm raring to get going and the shippers need me. Don't stand me still, just let me ride, let me quicken to the clicking of the iron as we roll along. We'll hit pay dirt if you move me 15 minutes for a day, so listen to my song. Please let me speed on my way, I want to do some freighting. Give me a wiggle and a highball rating. Can't stand delay and I can't stand waiting. Don't stand me still.
With your host, Highball and Hogger, and his sidekick, Hogger Monty. Brought to you by the PRR in the 1950s and N scale. Now here's your host, Highball and Hogger. Good morning, Hoggers. Trying to get on track here. Sorry about that. Hope everybody's well. I'm back! Yeah, I took a bit of a sabbatical for a bit, dealing with my health and a few other things, and just really wasn't feeling it there for a while. I just decided to take a break for a while. But like I said, we're back! Ooh. But anyway, good morning, Hoggers. It's Sunday, October the 4th, 1953 on the layout. We got our coffee at Lulu's. We have our AM radio dial set to YRUN4. Playing on the radio is Pretend by Nat King Cole. And we are trackside. But first, the news in 1953. In the news, the Korean armistice is signed. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is created. U.S. Air Force test pilot Chuck Yeager sets speed record in the X-1. And then the Soviet Union, the Soviets detonates their first hydrogen bomb. In sports, the New York Yankees defeat the Brooklyn Dodgers 4-2 in the World Series. In golf, Ben Hogan wins the Masters, the U.S. Open, and the British Open. In entertainment news, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Stellog 17, The Malta Story, War of the Worlds, How to Marry a Millionaire are playing at the movies. And on this newfangled television, I Love Lucy on CBS is the #1 TV show. And on Lulu's Sunday menu, she has roast pork, applesauce, mashed potatoes, red cabbage, fried corn, pickled beets, sattarelli rolls, and tea, coffee, and milk. And for dessert, apple pie, coconut cream pie, peach cobbler, and fresh churned ice cream. So y'all come on over and have Sunday lunch with us. We're sitting out trackside. We got word we got us a westbound passenger train. Should be arriving soon. We'll move over to Maple Grove. We got the westbound Liberty Limited, number 59, Washington to Chicago. She has 11 intermediate stops with a travel time of 16.5 hours. And she averaged 52 miles per hour. In her consist, she has some head-in cars, a lounge car, a bar lounge coach cars, some coach cars, sleepers, diner, and a lounge observation car. Our power today, the triple hitter. Our lead power is PRR number 5899A. She is an EP22A or E8A built by GM EMD in March 1951. Her builder's number was 13114. She was rated at 2,250 horsepower from two EMD 567B prime mover V12 two-stroke diesels. Her maximum speed was 98 miles per hour, producing a tractive effort of 56,500 with a gear ratio of with a 55-22 gear ratio. She had an A1A wheel arrangement. She was assigned to the Philadelphia region. She was renumbered to 4299 for Penn Central on July 28, 1966, and then renumbered again to 306 for Amtrak. On a side note for 5899, she led a special train with visitors to the Horseshoe Curve for the dedication of K4 Pacific 1361 on June 8, 1957. Then she led a special railfan excursion put on by the Philadelphia chapter of the National Railway Historical Society on April the 8th, 1962. To Hollidaysburg to tour the PRR Samuel Ray shops, then down the New Portage branch around Muleshoe Curve to Gallitzin, back to the main line, and then to Horseshoe Curve, stopping to visit 1361, and then back to Philadelphia. A round trip of 500 miles at the cost of $11.50 per person. Hey! Wish they were still $11.50. Sorry. Our second unit in our power consist is PRR number 5900B. Hold down there, Hogger. 5900B is an EP20B or E7B. built by GM EMD in April 1947. Her builder's number was 5088. She was rated at 2,000 horsepower from two EMD 567A prime mover V12 two-stroke diesels with a maximum speed of 98 miles per hour. She produced 51,575 pounds of tractive effort with a gear ratio 55-22. She had a wheel arrangement, a A1A wheel arrangement. She was assigned to the Philadelphia region. She was renumbered to 4114 for Penn Central on June 28, 1966. Now, on a side note, 5900B and 13 others B units that went to Penn Central were set aside at Harrisburg and used as part source for E7A units that Penn Central were operating in commuter and mail train service. So she never actually saw any road time for Penn Central. She was just used for parts. Hey. Our third unit in our power consist, trailing unit, is PRR number 5700. 5700 is the EP22A or E8A, built by GM EMD in September of 1952. Our builder's number is 16769. She was rated at 2,250 horsepower from two EMD 567B prime movers, V12 two-stroke diesels, a maximum speed of 98 miles per hour, producing 56,500 pounds of tractive effort, and she had a 55-22 gear ratio with an A1A wheel arrangement. She was assigned to the Philadelphia region. She was renumbered on June 8, 1966 to 4300 for Penn Central, and then renumbered 307 for Amtrak, and then renumbered again to 457. Not sure of her retirement date, but I have seen photos of her on trains in 1981. Side note for 5700, she was the first E8 delivered to PRR painted in Tuscan red, and one of only 2 units in the PRR roster to have double headlights. And if some of you are wondering why the B unit is painted green, it's not freight. Up until 1952, DGLE green was the paint for all passenger locomotives. Passenger paint scheme changed in September of 1952 from DGLE and gold leaf lettering and 5-pin striping to Tuscan red and imitation gold buff lettering and 5-pin striping. And the 5 pinstripes on each side originally ran across the windows, but this was dropped in a September 2nd, 1953 specification change. Then Tuscan red with a single broad stripe and large lettering scheme was adopted in August of 1956. So that B unit is still in the original passenger locomotive paint scheme of DGLE. This is 1953 and she's just not been repainted yet.
Intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed. And all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now. And now, on with the show.
We got word of a eastbound freight train coming in our view here in just momentarily. About to run around the curve. This is VL2, East St. Louis to Enola, the Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is carrying a mixed freight, or all freight. Our power today for VL2 is PRR number 9570A in the lead. She is a BF 15A or DR4415, built by Baldwin Locomotive Works in March 1949. Our builder's number is 73701. She is rated at 1500 horsepower from a 608 SC prime mover 8-cylinder 4-stroke diesel. She had a maximum speed of 65 miles per hour. She produced 66,500 pounds of tractive effort with a 63-15 gear ratio. She had a BB wheel arrangement. She was assigned to the Lake region and retired in December 31st, 1963. Our second unit on VL2, our trailing unit, is PRR number 9590A. She is a BF15A or DR4415, built by the Baldwin Locomotive Works in July 1949. Our builder's number was 74171. She was rated at 1500 horsepower from a 608 SC prime mover 8-cylinder 4-stroke diesel, producing 65 miles per hour maximum speed with 66,500 pounds of tractive effort with a 63-15 gear ratio. Got a BB wheel arrangement. She was assigned to the Buckeye region, then to the Lake region, and was retired on August the 27th, 1964. And contrary to popular belief, those are not RF-16s. Like I said, those are DR4415s. $15 for 1500 horsepower. They are Sharks. But those are the same locomotive as the Babyface. The Babyface and these units were the same thing underneath. The only thing different was the body. You could get the DR4415 with the Babyface body shell, or you could get it with the shark shell. The RF-16s didn't come till later, and they were 1600 horsepower, and they were a little bit better locomotive. PRR had a few problems with they weren't quite as reliable as the RF-16s. But yes, those are DR4415s. It's the same locomotive as a Babyface Baldwin. It's just the shells are different. And they were both called from Baldwin DR4415s. You could just get the Babyface shell or the shark shell. We'll take a look around on the layout. We ain't done really much of anything as far as on the layout. Added a few cars. We got some police cars. Not anything really different over here in the industrial area. I do have a new arrival to the layout though. Kind of a special guy. Everybody should know who I'm talking about when I tell you who it is. Let's see if we can find him trackside here. Had to get a shot of coffee. Yeah. Hop, we lost our train. We lost our train there momentarily. Trying to get a shot. We got some that B unit. The DGLE paint scheme is my favorite scheme on passengers. I like the green scheme. The whole green scheme of the things. Let's see if we can find this. Yep, here we go. Here he is. He'll focus in. It's Donald J. Crofter and Jim Hawks. They're trackside on the PRR in the 1950s and N scale. Trying to get some footage for steam and diesel on the PRR, I guess. And I hope at least some of you guys know who Donald J. Crofter and Jim Hawks are. Donald J. Crofter's got many videos out on DVD. He documented all the railroads in the 1950s, the transition from steam to diesel. And Jim Hawks was his buddy who did all the sound recording. He captured all the sounds of the locomotives. So the sounds you hear in his videos are of the actual trains that he was videoing. But that's somebody I've been Been talking about adding to my layout for many years and never gotten around to doing it. But you could always see his car parked in some of the footage. And a lot of it, I think, was actually it was a mint green Mercury or Dodge or something. But I figured this car was close enough, so I tried to scratch build a camera. It come out a little short. It's set up on a tripod, and Jim Hawks has got his recording equipment there. That's pretty much all we've done on to the layout. I did acquire this. As a matter of fact, it came yesterday in the mail. It is an Alco 2,000 horsepower road locomotive operator's manual for a PA1. Let's see if I can get tells you all about all the controls, how to operate a PA1. Really cool. I love collecting these. I've gotten 4 over the years. This is the PA1, and this here is for the 1,500 horsepower, which would be the FA1s. And then down here we got some EMDs. This one is for the E7 operator's manual. It was actually, looks like HM Polk with the foreman down in New Orleans on the Southern Railroad. And this is for the F3 operator's manual. It's not in quite as good a shape as the other ones are. The covers come apart, but it just, it gives you everything you need to know to run the locomotive. But I enjoy collecting those. I want to get some Baldwins and some Fairbanks Morrises. Try to cover at least my favorite locomotives, And then I like to collect timetables, especially the PRR ones. But that's what I got for this week, guys. Sorry I've been out of pocket, but just had to take some time off. Like I said, take a little sabbatical. We're going to try to get back in the swing of things and be back every Sunday. But hope everybody stays safe. Try to stay healthy. Have a beautiful and happy Sunday. Never take a single day for granted. Live in the moment. Be grateful for everyone and everything you have in your life. Tomorrow isn't promised, and we only have today. So make this day wonderful and be happy and love with all of your heart. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Did hit the like button, leave a comment. I'll see you next Sunday. And everybody, keep highballing, hoggers.